Hey guys, today we are doing something completely different. I am here with my brother Tristan. We've done a reaction before. We did Thunderbolts, the Marvel movie Thunderbolts that came out last year. We did a reaction to that for the first time. You can go check that out on the channel. Today we thought about doing a reaction, but we decided last minute to record a tier list video just for fun. Brand New Day, Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out this year, and we are very excited for it. Me and Tristan bond over Spider-Man. I'm a big Spidey guy in the comics and in the movies and all of that, but he's more of just the media stuff, the movies, the video games, all that stuff. Today, I thought it'd be easiest, we'd have the most discussion about if we just did the Spider-Man suits from the live-action stuff. So any of the movies, the shows, any live-action suits that you see of Spider-Man, that's what we're going to rank today, just S through D. As per usual, tier list stuff. We're starting early on. We're starting with the 70s. There is one before this that I just thought about while we're doing this. It's from the Electric Company, but that is a really nerdy pool, and we're not going to even talk about that.
Yeah, you be quiet. Tell me that Spider-Man's going to be in the Electric Company. I believe that. I got to be some kind of dummy, you know what I mean? But, you know, I wasn't born yesterday.
We're just going to start with the 1977 suit and go all the way to the Brand New Day suit from this year, 2026. That's what we're going to do. Tristan, you have not said anything since we've been here. Say something, because I'm talking so much.
Yes, I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character. He's not my favorite MCU character, but he's my favorite Marvel character. And his, Spider-Man movies are my favorite live-action Marvel movies.
There are a few on here that I have an opinion on that you don't. And I have a feeling that we're going to have differing opinions. So we're going to try to come to an agreement here. That's the whole point of this. So starting with the 77 Spider-Man suit. This is Nicholas Hammond was in a show. Some people watching this won't even know it existed. It lasted one season. I think it might have been 2 seasons actually, when it split up and stuff like that. So they like bunched them all into movies and made them put them on VHS and stuff like that back in the day. But I've seen the whole thing. I love it. I think it's super corny, but it's awesome. You've seen the suit.
I've seen the suit, yeah. I think you probably have a softer spot in your heart for this suit specifically. Yeah. I wouldn't say I love this suit. I don't like the spider on this suit. I don't like the eyes on the suit. And those are like two of the most important parts of the Spider-Man suit to me.
Fair.
So, do you want me to give me my ranking now?
Yeah, pre-thoughts right now, and then I'll tell you what I think. Okay. What are you thinking? Where would you put it currently?
Yeah, I would probably, like, if there was nothing, if your opinion wasn't swaying mine, it would probably go C or D.
C or D. Okay, well.
So you got to
This is S tier. No, looking at this suit now, it's been years since I watched the thing. I watched it so long ago. I did show you the pilot. I don't know if you even remember anything from it, but I did show you it like years ago.
I remember you showing me. I don't remember anything from the actual episode.
I was like, Tristan, you don't understand how good this is.
He did like sit me down specifically and said, "We are watching this."
We're watching right now. I love it. But I agree with the sentiments on the eyes, and more so than the spiders, whatever, but like the eyes, it's classic, it's got a charm to it, but at the same time I totally get like it is only progressed to be better and closer to the comics as it went on.
I always thought it looked like winged eyeliner.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because it's like circular and then it just kind of curves up like this. Yeah, absolutely. And there's these little, you can kind of see him only in certain shots, but there's like little holes in it for him for the actor to be able to see through it.
Oh, nice.
He also has like his wrist shooters, his wrist web shooters on the outside, and he has a belt. And so that's kind of classic, the belt, but the web shooters used to always be hidden in his suit. But it looks like they're going external web shooters, I think, with Brand New Day. But it's kind of like these wrists, it's like silver. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. I think for this show it worked. My favorite thing is in the show, he doesn't actually do this. He just like shoots his hand out like this, and then just webs. Like you just see a rope go and like shoot. You know, they were limited.
It was a product of its time. It was a product of its time for sure.
So you say C or D. I don't disagree with C. I don't think it's the worst on this list, so I don't think we put it instantly D. There's a lot of this suit that's it is classic, like Steve Ditko Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And so I love it for that. I would say either B or C, but if you really are stuck with C or D, I'll go with C.
Yeah, I would say let's start with C.
Okay, so next up is the Japanese Spider-Man show, the Supaidaman. This is like, I mean, literally, it's the old
goat.
school. Yeah, it is like Super Sentai. It is like the big giant. He's got a giant robot that he rides in. It's
Wow.
insane. It's the wildest thing ever. The main difference between this suit and the other 70s suit in the American one is the eyes. So the Japanese one has a more like.
Right.
Yeah, very skinny almost. Like
I would say overall they seem like very much the same suit, just with different
Similar.
eyes. But the spider is slightly different.
Yeah.
My thing with the spider on this suit and the 70s suit is it looks like I could have drawn it, and I think that's my biggest thing. It doesn't look like a big a lot of the thought process was thrown in there.
But it does look like a homemade suit.
It does.
Like you could have made it at home.
That's true. That's a good point. But
Although I don't know the origin. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen enough of this show outside of clips.
Yeah,
Like the original, the American show, I watched the whole thing, but
Yeah.
the Japanese one I didn't. Outside of like clips and stuff in the opening, and I have not seen enough of it. I'd like to sit and watch the whole thing, honestly, but it's like 48 episodes or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, is it really that long?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've not seen any bit of this suit in action. So,
okay.
So I'm a little like just going based off of photos. So if you have a higher opinion of it than me, then that makes sense, because if you've actually seen it in motion, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But I personally would put it at D, because I like it less than the 70s suit.
Really?
Specifically because of the eyes. Because I like the eyes.
Yeah, because they're real
less.
skinny.
Yeah. Even though they kind of remind me of the TASM 1 eyes in a weird way, but
I feel like they're neck and neck for me, these two. I'm not completely against putting it at like super looks. I don't have any kind of connection to it outside of it's a super interesting piece of trivia. Like it is a piece of history.
yeah.
It is a
sure.
chunk of Spider-Man's history that it had a Japanese live action show.
For sure. That a lot of people
There's-
don't even know about.
Yeah, and it's super bizarre.
Yeah.
It is insane. Yeah, it's almost outside of the look of the suit, and then the fact that it's called Spider-Man, there's almost no relation to the comics. It is so completely out of left field.
Yeah.
But I love Super Sentai. I love like the Tokusatsu style Power Ranger stuff like that. So I would love to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. But I think it's fair. Yeah, we'll do it a D now, and we'll see what we think later.
Okay, I could be talked into to a C.
It's fine. I guess, yeah, that the other one is, I get what you're saying. The bigger eyes, it almost allows for more character in the face too, like having a big, but his eyes, the way, even though they're skinny, they do look more like the comic book Spider-Man than the bigger round oval.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's
but
fair.
we'll do that. We'll keep it there. Not just his like official super suits. We also have his like early suits. Peter's early suits. His prototype suits. That's the word I was looking for. Prototype suits. So we have the human spider suit from the wrestling match whenever he's fighting against Bonesaw McGraw. So what are you thinking on that suit?
I actually really love this suit. I think it's probably my favorite of the homemade suits, like the starting homemade suits.
Yeah.
In live action. And so I would probably put this as high as an A. I think it works for the scene. I think it works for the movie. I think it's believable, and I really just like the look of it. It doesn't look like, even though it looks cheaply made, it just, something about it works.
Yeah.
And I like how we get to see it in action out on the street as well. Like not just in the wrestling ring. Like he, after he's avenging or trying to avenge Uncle Ben's death, we see him in action and swinging around in it and everything like that. And I think it looks really good in those scenes as well. So yeah, I would go as high as A for this one.
I have, and you know this, the audience I'm telling, I have an emotional attachment to the Raimi films, like very much so, because while I've said it before on this channel because I'm reacting to them, you can go check those out. But I'm doing a rewatch of the '90s Spider-Man cartoon right now, which was my introduction to Spider-Man. And I watched that and fell in love with the character and had coloring books and stuff like that. But then the movie, it was like, okay, this is like there is nothing cooler than Spider-Man right now. And it is becoming my entire existence. It was that first film, and I would watch it over and over and over. Unfortunately, didn't see it in the theater, but we did have it on home media, and I watched it over and over and over and over and wore that thing out. Yeah. And that first Spider-Man movie, I have such a connection to because that was everything to me. That there, plus the Spider-Man game, the video game, the first game based on the first Raimi film. You play as this suit in the first level when you're the first couple of levels or something, when you're trying to find Uncle Ben's killer and you track him down and you're on each rooftops and stuff like that. And so this suit is almost as iconic with that movie as the suit he ends up with in my eyes. And I love every scene that it's in. I love the wrestling match stuff. I love how because if you look at the Amazing Fantasy wrestling suit, it's very basic. It's like he's got like this kind of like random weird net sack thing kind of on his face, and he's wearing, just regular street clothes basically. But this was like a step up, and it's like, oh, this is like the precursor to a Spider-Man suit. And so I think it's perfect with that. Not like an S tier, but like an A tier for you. I'm with you on that. Because S tier I think is reserved for the actual official Spider-Man suits, if I'm going to be honest. But if we were just ranking the prototype suit, this is my favorite. Absolutely, I'm with you on that.
Is there a part of you that wants to put it in S?
I mean, if we were just talking about like Raimi suits or just prototype suits, yeah, absolutely. I think that there are other suits that are better, and so I don't want to go instant. This is perfect, and then because it is perfect in how I look at it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I see what you mean. Yeah. I think that's fair.
Now we'll go into the Raimi suits proper. We're trying to do this as close to like in order as possible of when they appeared on screen. The first Raimi suit, here's the thing, is there are differences between 1, 2, and 3, and we'll do our I'm going to be honest, even as someone who's seen them obsessively, I don't see a ton of the differences.
Right.
But they're there for sure. Based thoughts on the first Raimi suit, because we honestly, where we put that one will probably determine where we put the other two.
Yeah, I think the first one, so the biggest difference, because I know that there's differences from 1 to 2 and then from 2 to 3. The biggest difference to me is from 1 to 2, specifically because it's a different spider.
Yes.
And so I personally like the spider from 2 and 3 more. That's the more iconic one. That's the one that people I really think of whenever they think of the Spider-Man logo.
Yeah.
So I would put this at A, specifically because, spoiler alert, I would put probably 2 or 3 in S.
Well, because I see less differences between 2 and 3.
Right. Yeah, but the biggest thing to me is just the spiders, which is like if one of the Raimi suits were not to make it an S, it would be one because the spider isn't as good. That's how I personally view it.
Fair. You got me thinking. Yeah, because I just think in general, right, like 1, 2, and 3.
It's tough because it is super similar.
This to me, this is my like. It's the color choices, I think, because there are some other ones later on that maybe some people say, oh, this feature is more like this, or this is better because of this, or whatever. Just in general, it's something about the way that it's all put together, even though it's not super believable, I would say, as a homemade costume.
That's very fair.
I would say that, but if we're not talking about plot-wise and that kind of thing, just purely based on what it looks like, I think that it is iconic as it comes. It is Spider-Man brought to life. And it was so, like, if they didn't settle on this good of a design, who knows if the movie would have even been... Like, Spider-Man has a very unique design. So one of the reasons people are drawn into him is because of his look, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to replicate that, like, in a very specific way in order for people to be like, oh, that looks cool.
Right.
Because I love the eye shape. I know a lot of people are like, oh, there's some other.
it.
I think it's great. I think it's perfect medium, like right in the middle.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I think everything about every one from the Raimi suits is perfect.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much of that do I allow the nostalgia to take over?
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I'm sort of relaxing on it and saying let's put the first one in A. But I could easily put all 4 of these upcoming suits in S tier.
Because we can bunch these together, kind of. But we can do. I'm okay with us putting the first one. Because if we're talking movies, I'm not. I'm one of the few people that are like the first one is better than the second one. I love the second movie. I think Spider-Man 2 is perfect, but one is just I have just this connection to it. Plus that origin and the way that it adapts Amazing Fantasy 15 and a lot of that, a lot of those early storylines is like. I love it. I love the way that they transitioned that over to film. It worked way better than it probably should have back in 2002, and with all of the kind of like production hell that movie went through. But we're not talking about that. We're just talking about the suits.
Yeah.
Base, no story attached. The first one, yeah, that's fine. There's a reason why they made improvements, right? And I think they're good improvements. So I would say 2 and 3 are almost interchangeable. They're so similar.
Yeah.
Like they're definitely differences, but they're so similar that you could. I would say that 1. I'll do that. I'll go with you. We could do the A.
Okay.
And then we could, if you want to agree on it, we could do 2 and 3 both in S.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
And so we'll do that.
Works. It's tough because now I'm having second thoughts and I want all 3 of them in S.
I know.
But
I really don't want to be biased.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So we have those in that looks good. Let's do black suit separate from those. The filmmakers have there are test images and you can see it where they were going with like a more traditional comic book symbiote suit where it's just like the full completely black with the big white spider and all of that. And while that is awesome, and I love that, awesome. It looks great in those so images. Good. It looks great in the comics. I love it. There is something about this suit that I love that it is just it's a mirror of the suit that you have in the like his proper suit. And so if it's going to do the way it does it in the movie where he's wearing the suit and then it covers him, like the symbiote kind of takes over, it would mimic kind of the textures of that suit, I guess. I mean, that's how I think they were trying to go for it. I think it looks incredible, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I think this is easy S tier. I love this suit. I love how it's all black. I love how they didn't feel the need to add a white spider, it seems like they didn't feel like they have to conform to what the comics say. And I like when things do direct adaptations from the comics, but I also like when you can put your own twist on something. Yeah, I love this suit. I love how, and a lot of people don't even realize this. It actually took me years to realize this, but the spider actually has curled in. The legs have the the spider has legs that are curled in like almost like a dead spider. And I think that is so cool. I think that's such a cool touch that you usually most people wouldn't even notice, especially on first viewing. But they put that much effort into it to add those details. So yeah, this is an S tier for me.
Yeah,
easy.
I'm 100% with you. I think there's not a whole lot more that we can say about it really. It is very whatever was going on with the costume designers for the Raimi trilogy, they knew what they were doing because there's a reason all of that stuff is so iconic.
They understood the assignment.
Yeah, 100%. Leaving the Raimi trilogy behind after they, Sony said, you know what, forget this. We're going and we're going to reboot this thing. This whole Raimi thing is getting complicated, which was a very sad day for me, but we moved on, and everything is history. The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Not talking about the movie itself, but just based on these the suits. We got 2 suits from it. So we'll start with the prototype suit. This is the one that he puts on when he's looking for Uncle Ben's killer. So what is your thoughts on this?
This is my least favorite. This is by far my least favorite. That's just the sunglasses, and it's really just a face cover. It's not even a mask, and he doesn't even have a suit. He's not wearing a red shirt. He's not wearing a red hoodie. He's not wearing blue pants. It's just a guy with a red thing over his face and sunglasses and a beanie. And it's this is easily D for me. I think this is easily the worst because I can't look at that and tell you, oh, that's Spider-Man.
Right.
Like, there's nothing about it that screams Spider-Man at all. I know that might be like kind of
it doesn't look
it might be kind of harsh to look at it that way because it's just like, oh well, you know, he's just looking for his uncle's killer and stuff like that. Like, he just threw something together, which makes sense on a you know, in a realistic standpoint.
Yeah,
you just throw something on and, you know, to cover your identity. But there's nothing about it that screams Spider-Man to me at all, and it's just really lazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get why.
Yeah.
Like, I get why. Because it does make sense. Like, you're not going to take time
to put a thing on.
Yeah, to make an elaborate thing.
He's just trying to cover
I'm Spider-Man now, you know, looking for my uncle's killer. Like, it wouldn't make sense to do that. But even though it's logically correct and it makes sense to do that, doesn't equal the best product.
I dislike this look so much that I want to make an F tier to put it below. I don't like it, but from a behind the scenes standpoint, they were not only like plot wise. I guess that does like literally his only thing is to cover his face, so he's not, you know, no cameras catch him or whatever. Yeah. Like, he doesn't want to be seen and people know what he looks like. Yeah. That makes sense. He's going undercover kind of thing. I get that. But if we're just going based on the appearance of it, not a fan. I also understand behind the scenes wise that they were stuck in this thing with this movie to try to make it look as different from the Raimi films as they possibly could, while also making it look like a Spider-Man movie.
For sure.
And so not only with this, but we'll see with his, you know, his main suit when we get to that in a minute. Yeah, it's just really weak. I'm not a fan of it at all. So I'm with you. We'll put it next to the Japanese suit, but if we decide to adjust that later, we'll do that. But now for the suit proper, let me hear your thoughts first, and then I want to give my thoughts.
So I have interesting thoughts on this one because when I originally saw it, there's an image, and if you could insert this, that would be great. The first image that they released of this suit was
he's got his mask off.
Yes,
right?
mask off.
I remember that.
Yeah, I actually thought it was a great image, and I thought it had a different look to it. Something about it just told you instantly, like, this is different. This is going to be a different take. Like, everything forget about it. Like, this is a different take, and it seemed like they weren't scared to try something new, and I've always really liked that. However, whenever I saw the movie, I disliked the suit more than that initial image. So then I went into this weird, like, I don't really like that suit very much because the sunglasses, like he uses sunglasses to make the lenses, and which yes, makes sense, you know, if you're making a homemade suit. There's a lot of things I really don't like about this suit. I think there's too much blue. 100%. There's way too much blue.
100%.
Way too much blue.
I'm with you on that.
But I love the spider. I think the spider is awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's way different than any other live action Spider-Man spider logo that we've seen.
Yeah, it's unique.
And but then I don't like the eyes, and I don't like the basketball texture. He very much looks like a basketball. I know that's like the common thing to say, but he just does. Like, it straight up looks like a basketball.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of pros and cons with this one. The other thing that's very interesting to me is the fact that I pretty much had my thoughts on this suit set, like, for years. And then they added it into the Insomniac Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
And when I was playing around with it on there and I saw it in the loading screens, I was like, wait, why does this look awesome? Like, why do I like this suit? Why do I want to play in this suit? So this one's really tough for me. This one has probably been anywhere from A to D, like, throughout the years for me.
Yeah.
So I would probably personally put it at a B, because there's so much I dislike about it and so much I like about it, where it kind of evens it out. Everything cancels it out to where it's just kind of, you know, a mid-tier.
Kind of middle ground, yeah. I also have had an interesting relationship with it, because when I first saw the first image, because they didn't, you're right, that first image, I mean, it came out, and I remember looking at that thing. I stared at that thing forever. I was obsessive over this, and I was like, oh my God, this is the first look of a new actor stepping into the shoes of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And since Tobey left such a big impact, even though, you know, maybe a mixed response to Spider-Man 3, people still wanted a Spider-Man 4. You know, they were looking forward to it. Yeah. It made a ton of... Spider-Man 3 made a ton of money. Yeah. Right. I want a Spider-Man 4. Absolutely. So the first image did not have his mask.
Yeah.
There was no mask.
Right.
So I remember that being like, okay. But this, just based off of the suit, I was like, you know, okay. It's very different looking. I wasn't sure on it. When I saw them, I'm gonna be honest, I did not like it when I first saw it. It has grown on me now.
Okay.
I think when I saw it originally in the film, I definitely did not like the yellow lenses.
Yeah.
I don't care for the yellow lenses.
For me.
But I do get now kind of what Mark Webb was going for. I mean, and then that crew and everything. Like Mark Webb talks about it in the behind the scenes. He talks about how he was trying to go kind of like homemade, and how the bottom of the boots look like sneakers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like I get those touches. I don't really think that, even though they show him making the suit and stuff like that, I don't really feel like it feels that way in the movie as much. And I already said this, and this is not a biased thing with Tobey either, because I said the same thing with Tobey's. I don't feel like it's homemade. But that all aside, if we're just looking at it as a suit and we're taking all the plot out of it, like I've said before, I don't like the yellow lenses. I'm with you on the texture, the basketball-ish texture, but I would say it is a pretty cool suit. It is super unique.
Yeah.
Because now it almost feels like, because we know what Spider-Man is supposed to look like and everybody expects him to look like, a lot of the suits end up being reminiscent. I think I'm with you, because there are like, which, you know, we're agreeing more than I thought we would on these.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on that. I think B tier. I think originally my idea was C tier, but now that I'm looking at everything kind of where we have it so far, sure. Yeah, B tier is probably the best place for it. But I have just the little issues like that. And also when you look at it in comparison to what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
It looks like
Right.
It looks like the ugly duckling of the group. It
sure.
does not look
for sure
as
and it's
good.
Sandwiched between the Raimi suits and the TASM 2 suit. So
yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit is one of the biggest improvements I've seen in any of them from film to film. I mean, it's so good. Like I don't actually know how they were able to pull it off, but like obviously there was our reaction and talking about how we weren't so sure. That was not an unpopular take on that. Like people forget that there was a point where people were very like about a lot of the choices that first film made. Yeah, I don't know, but there's like a lot more positive to that. When it originally came out, there was a very mixed reaction.
Right.
Even Mark Webb has stated that they went so different with the first.
For sure.
That it was like jarring to the audience to be like, what is this? I mean, really, it was what? It was 2012, the first one?
Yeah.
So you have 2012 in comparison to, what, 2006?
2007.
2007, that's right, 2007 for Spider-Man 3. That's not a long time.
No, what, 5
and
years?
So,
Yeah.
And so you're expecting a look for Spider-Man, and then you get I'm like, whoa, what is this thing? The Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit took all of my complaints and improved on them 100%.
Yeah.
It fixed literally every issue I had with the first suit.
Yeah. No, I think it's perfect. I think it's a perfect suit. I think I can't even think of anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
It is both my favorite Spider-Man suit, live action Spider-Man suit.
So this is your favorite.
It is my favorite.
Okay.
And I do think it's the best. I think the Raimi one, it's tough for me because I love the Raimi suits, but I think in terms of the quintessential Spider-Man suit, there's something about the TASM 2 suit that's just like, first of all, the big lenses, the big white lenses you almost wouldn't even assume could work in live action, but they pulled it off.
They did make it work.
It's literally like it's perfect. Also, Andrew's physique with the suit, I think, goes perfectly right, because like I don't think an Andrew Garfield would look good in the Raimi suit, and I don't think a Tobey Maguire would look good in the Andrew Garfield suit or in the TASM 2 suit.
It's a very good
point. I think it works for the movie it's in. It works for the actor. It works just as the character. I think it's the quintessential Spider-Man suit. So it's an easy S tier for me. It is my favorite Spider-Man suit.
So I do put it on par with the Raimi suits, and it's because there are things I prefer in the Raimi suit, and then there's things I prefer in this suit.
Yeah.
The eyes, I would say, is the main thing that I think, because I think it's cool that they were able to have, you can have the expressive Spider-Man face without having the interchange like Tom Holland's.
Yeah.
Like you didn't need that with this suit. Like it looks so good, especially when it's filmed and in action and everything. It looks amazing. Pun intended. The only thing I would say with Raimi, I do actually prefer the red. I do like that color of red on Raimi's more. In TASM 2, it is kind of like maroonish, kind of. I don't know how to, but it's definitely a different.
Yeah. Well, and the material too, it's almost like a suede looking.
Sure.
Yeah. Now it doesn't make any sense how he made that.
No, but neither do most of these. Yeah.
Yeah.
most of these don't.
Yeah. And also the new Spider for Andrew Garfield as well. I think it might be my favorite of the Spiders.
I think I still do prefer the Raimi Spider.
Yeah, it's close. It's very close.
The webbing are both. I can't pick a webbing on either. Like if I were like mishmashing and making my perfect Spider-Man suit, I don't think I could pick a webbing over the other. I like both.
I would probably
suits.
pick the Raimi webbing.
Yeah, I mean it's
the
really cool.
raised silver webbing is just such an iconic look. It actually, if there was one thing that I guess if there was one thing I did have wrong with the TASM 2 suit, I would like it. It might have raised webbing, but it's not noticeably raised webbing. I couldn't even tell you if it's raised or not. So I would like that 3D look of a raised webbing. But other than, I mean, that's nitpicking, totally, and I think it's perfect. So we'll agree on that. We're just gonna put it with the Raimi. Yeah, and it's one of those where I can't watch that movie without one of the first things, second things, 10th things, like 100th time, like 100 times in the movie, I just go, oh my gosh, that looks so good. That movie looks so good.
It looks great.
Or the suit looks so good, and just like there's shots of him just on the building and when he's watching Gwen. And I'm just like, wow, the eyes are just, it's just perfection. I think it's perfection.
It's absolute cinema.
Yeah, absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. Okay, I'm here to interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to talk to you about today's sponsor, Deutsch. Deutsch is a gluten-free, vegan-friendly, high in protein and low in sugar snacking dough that you can either snack on with a spoon or bake in the oven and turn into actual cookies. So look, if there's anything that anyone knows about me, it's that I've kind of got a little bit of a sweet tooth. And my favorite sweet anything is cookies and like cookie dough. I'm actually one of those weird people that thinks cookie dough is better than the cookie itself. But I'm in my early 30s now, and I really shouldn't be eating all of that junk. Let's be honest here. I have been on the market trying to find, something, an alternative in some sort of way, and I found Deutsch. I didn't even have the label term, but I found Deutsch, and I've got all these different flavors. We've got a fudge brownie, a WTF fudge brownie. Stuff is really good. So here's the thing, is I've tried all of these because I couldn't help myself. I was going to try one of them on camera today, and I decided not to. That was this one. It's the basic bitch. I was going to do that one, but I ate it. I apologize. It's really good. I'll eat some on camera. I mean, if that makes any difference, but I have had a bit of every single one of them. I think my favorite one is probably this one. No, or the chocolate chip. I don't know. Here. I'll have a little bit of this one. This is the basic bitch one. It's almost like, I don't know exactly what they were intending with it, but it's almost like a snickerdoodle kind of flavor. Visit deutschfoods.com and use coupon code BABBLEG to get 20% off of your purchase. That's BABBLEG, BABBLEG, to get 20% off of your purchase. Thank you again to Deutsch for sponsoring. Now back to the video. I couldn't help myself. It's really good. So moving on from that, we got the big shift again, and now it was the big news that Spider-Man was going to be in the MCU. No more Andrew Garfield. That was a whole messy bunch of stuff going on there. Tom Holland is cast. He shows up in Civil War. We have kind of just the Civil War. We just have the same image for that and the Homecoming suit, so they're basically the same.
Yeah,
I think there is slight difference. There might be.
There might be. It's very slight though.
But it's not considerable enough to where it's I'm sure someone in the comments will be like, actually, it's blah, blah, blah. But with this one, it took me a minute when I first saw it because I thought, no, this should be the suit. This should be my, oh my God, this is Steve Ditko. This is the classic suit, John Romita Sr. or something, if we're talking comic suits specifically. But it's closer to what you think of with a comic. Like, it looks like the comic book, but then I'm like looking at it, and I think my issue is that it's so much of it is CGI.
Yes.
And so it looks, that uncanny valley, it looks off in a lot of shots.
Yeah, for sure. I have mixed feelings about the suit, specifically because it's like, do I judge it based off how it looks in the movies, or do I judge it based off of its design? I love the small spider. I love that they went different with that. I love the moving lenses, the expressive lenses. I think that's great. I have mixed feelings about the black lines. There's black lines on the boots, and there's black lines on the arms, and I don't know how to feel about those. I think I'm indifferent on them. Some people really hate them, and I think I like them overall because I think you're the same as me. Like, my favorite combination, or like two colors together, are black and red. So that helps that a little bit.
Because they
it does feel a little over. Like, they say that the MCU suits are over designed. Like, they have too many lines, too many definition lines, everything like that. And that's sort of what that sort of fits in that camp. But I have mixed feel. Now, the CGI, I think, specifically in Homecoming, looks terrible. Like, unless it's like actually the practical suit. Like, if he has the mask off, like in the room at the end when Aunt May catches him.
Yeah,
I believe that's a practical suit.
Sure,
It's just that CGI over it that really just makes it an ugly suit to me. Like, whenever it's noticeably a video game cutscene for me, like, it really just kind of kills the whole suit. But as the suit design, I love it. Like, suit design, I could put it A, but how it looks in the movies, I could put it C. So I would put it probably B.
I mean, honestly, just like I was saying before, we're agreeing on more of this than I thought we would. Because I was thinking B too, because I don't think it's any better or worse than the first Amazing Spider-Man suit. Because it's kind of the same thing where I like a lot of the choices. I don't care for other choices. Yeah. I like the classic design. Yeah. I feel like the webbing is so light that you can't really see it a lot of the time. Yeah. I feel like the webbing needed to be more defined.
For sure.
Yeah, I would just say little things like that. I'm not the biggest fan of the spider either. Yeah. It's not horrible. It's not like the worst. It's just
very different. It's very different, and
I like the bigger, like what we were talking about, even with like Spider-Man 2 and 3, the Raimi stuff, or like just that bigger spider that's a little bit more prominent on the. But it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not. It really isn't. It's a good suit. Yeah. I just wish that maybe in movement would have looked a little better if they had done it maybe a bit more practical.
Yeah, for sure.
I put the homemade, his prototype suit after, even though technically it shows up first in Civil War. You don't get like the best look of it in Civil War, right? Before that. It's kind of just like recorded footage and.
Yes, yeah.
This is is when he wears it when he has to fight Vulture. Yeah. That's when you see it.
Right.
And so that's kind of why I was thinking that's where we'd place it on the list. It don't matter either way. I mean, we're gonna go over it. So this is kind of the inverse of the Scarlet Spider. Yeah. Like Ben Reilly suit. I like it as a prototype suit. I like the goggle. Honestly, I like it a lot. I like the homemade feel of it. It is, out of the prototype suits, the closest to what he ended up, obviously, eventually getting as a Spider-Man suit. Yeah. It's if we're gonna look at it from just the practicality of it, it is the most believable as a homemade suit, probably out of any of them. Yeah. Outside of Andrew Garfield saying, but we don't like that anyway. But you know what I mean? Like, right. It is the most, like, a kid would just put this stuff on and, he'd cut out some sleeves, put some goggles on, like a little face cover or whatever. Yeah. It is very practical. Yeah. And so I like it for that a lot. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot of complaints about it, but I do prefer the look of the human spider Tobey suit. So right now, if I were to rank it, it would still be in like a B or a C.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Because I don't know. Maybe a B. I don't know. That's hard just because of where we have certain things. But
yeah. I think for me,
maybe an A tier. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I would probably put this in A. Okay. I could be talked down to a B, but I really like, just like you said, the inverse Ben Reilly. It really gives that vibe. And I just really like it. I like the drawstring. I like how you can see them, the drawstrings move. It creates that movement while he's fighting and everything. I think it's cool. It's just he cut sleeves off a sweatshirt or a hoodie and, just put it over a long sleeve shirt. And I think I don't know. It's an interesting one because I don't have a lot to say about it. I don't have a lot positive. Like, I don't have a lot negative to say about it, but I also don't have like these huge glowing remarks to say about it either. Like, it's just kind of like, yeah, that's a great prototype suit.
I think the only thing that's keeping me in B tier, it's hard because it's hard to compare the prototype suits to the regular, like their main suits.
Yeah.
Because there are obvious differences and it's also context based.
Yeah.
But the only thing that's keeping me in B tier is not only do I not like it as much as the Human Spider, I also don't like it as much as Raimi Spider-Man 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if we're doing that,
that's fair.
But sometimes it could be in tier list. It's like A tier, but below this thing.
Yeah.
But
so
I feel like it's B. So now we're getting into the this is Infinity War. Yes.
Yes.
This is the Iron Spider suit with the spider legs. Yeah, the spider legs coming out of it.
Yeah, showed up at the end of Civil War.
Yes,
but he didn't wear it.
He didn't wear it. Right. He turns it down.
Showed up at the end of Homecoming, and he didn't wear it. I didn't even
catch that. Yeah.
So this one's interesting too because I think when I first saw it in Homecoming, we both looked at each other and because we saw that in theaters together, and we were just like, "Oh my god!" Because it looked so cool.
Yeah.
When he wasn't wearing it, and then when it showed up in Infinity War. The exact moment. I remember the exact moment because like I reacted to the moment of him having the suit more than I reacted to the look of the suit. When it sort of encapsulated him because it's nanotech, I would have expected to react to like, oh my gosh, he's wearing the suit, it looks so cool. Yeah. But I more so reacted to, oh, that's the suit from Homecoming. It was more of like oh, look at that familiar thing that we saw instead of, oh my gosh, that suit looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then it showed up in Endgame, and it showed up in No Way Home, and it showed up in Far From Home. And I don't know if that's just too much, but maybe I just got tired of this suit.
Yeah.
I ended up not loving this suit very much. I don't hate it by any means. Like, I would probably go like a B or C, but that initial look at it in Homecoming, I would have imagined it would at least be an A tier. Maybe even pushing an S, but I don't know. There's something about like how many movies it's been in and how it's, I don't love the nanotech thing. I do like the legs. I don't think the legs are super used to their full potential fully. So
yeah, fair.
Yeah, I would probably be at a C, but I would be okay with a B. That's how I feel.
I have a weird reaction to Spider-Man suits that are different from the norm. Like, yeah, there is a reason for it, right? Here's your updated suit. But even in the comics, even though the Iron Spider-Man suit, which I do actually prefer the Iron Spider suit, like in the comic books over this one, I just like Spider-Man being in his traditional garb. So I almost wanted him to show up in Infinity War wearing that for the majority of the movie until he puts that on for the final battle or something. I don't know. We'll do it like the random reveal in Batman and Robin at the end, where they have the the random suits that have like silver linings and stuff like that on them. Yeah, we'll just do that. For
more toys.
Yeah, you gotta have the 100%. This is the toy sales going on. Yeah. But I think it's cool, and I'm fine with it as the team up. I'm glad it's not his only suit in one of his solo outings. But I'm going to be honest, it doesn't have that big of an impact on me as a suit.
Okay.
I don't really like, oh, I hate this, or oh, I love it. I just kind of in the middle, very just, okay, it's the Iron Spider suit. It looks good enough. It also has the CGI problem, but not as much because it's the whole nanotech thing. It definitely feels plot-wise that makes more sense why it might look a certain way.
Yeah. Well, and the shiny aspect of it makes it less noticeably CGI.
This is where you insert a clip of Sabretooth going, ooh, shiny.
Ooh, shiny.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody's favorite X-Men movie. But I think, I don't know, I'm indifferent on it. I like the traditional suit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't hate it. And I would say it's better than the 70s Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
But I right now I'm putting it in C tier.
Okay.
Me, unless you have a...
No, yeah, I'm with you.
But here, what we're going to talk about is something that is kind of what I would prefer from the Iron Man suit. Is more so it makes an appearance.
Yeah.
But it doesn't become the main showcase of the suit.
For sure.
So this is the what would be called the Night Monkey suit.
The Night Monkey.
It's like his stealth suit that he has in Far From Home. As a one-off suit, for not the entirety of the movie, it's just certain scenes.
Yeah.
I love this. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool design. I think it works really well for the context of the film, what the way that they use it. I don't have a ton of thoughts on it because it doesn't show up that much.
Yeah,
but it's part of it.
Very
so we threw it in
straightforward,
here.
and
but,
it's just a black suit with stark white eyes.
But it is cool.
Yeah, I think. Where are you thinking for this?
B.
Okay. Yeah, I think think I'm probably with you there. Yeah, I think B. I think it's kind of middle of the road for me. I really like it. I wouldn't want to see him in it all the time though. I think the amount of screen time that he has in it is about the maximum that I would want him to have in it. I didn't have enough time to get tired of it, and I think that's a good thing. Yeah. So, yeah, I would say B, Night Monkey.
Do you prefer it over any of the two? Because we have the Civil War / Homecoming suit, and then we have the TASM 1 suit. Do you have a preference?
I would. That's a good question. I think I would probably put it lowest on B. Personally.
Yeah, I can say because I still don't like it as much as the traditional Spider-Man suit, even though I have problems with both of those suits.
It doesn't have any flair about it. It works within the context of the movie. It works within the context of why he's wearing it, and they didn't give us enough time to get tired of it.
If it was his only suit in the movie, I would be like, I don't like it because I don't like that they replaced the iconic look of Spider-Man with this. Yeah, this random one-off stealth suit. Now we get after that whole thing, and he designs his own suit in Far From Home, and he goes a little bit different. He's got red and it's more black, right? Which was a very different choice. It looks pretty cool. I like it a lot. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I really like it.
Yeah, I didn't know. There was like the Spider-Man fanboy in me at first that was like, we can't do that. Like, you can't. It has to be red and blue. Like, you can't do that. But the more I looked at it, I was like, I don't care. That looks awesome. I mean, like I said earlier, like I love red and black together, and I think it adds like a Black Widow type, like a Black Widow spider type of feel to it, and. Yeah, I would put this probably high A, like number 1, maybe number 2 in A tier, because I love the red and black, and it's not exactly the Stark suit, just with black instead of blue.
Because they do change some of those.
Yeah, they add some black spots where there's not blue spots.
You can see more of the webbing, right? The webbing's more.
It's a little more prominent. Yeah, I think it might not even be. It's just it sticks out more because there's more black on the suit. So it all kind of goes together. Yeah, I would put this high A.
And it's kind of it's almost like you take the black from, I guess if you're looking at it, you take the black from the Night Monkey suit and then put it with the Stark suit and then make some minor changes, and it's kind of that suit, right?
Well, and that's the thing too, I think, is that you have two middle of the road Spider-Man suits in that movie, right? He starts in the Iron Spider suit, then he goes to the Night Monkey suit.
Yes, yeah.
And then right after both of those, which I think are really mid-tier suits, he gets to this, which is really good. So I think even the contrast within its own movie made me have a stronger reaction to seeing it.
It's just that progression there and that's one of the things I do like about that movie is the progression, that you see the character grow a lot, and there's a lot of really good character development there. And I think the suits, which is what like if you're going to do multiple suits, really why not make the suits like that, where they mean something to the story as they go, as opposed to here's another toy we can make, right? Like that. So I'm definitely for that. So I'm with you. Yeah, A tier. I wouldn't put it above Raimi's suit, but that's a me thing. I like Raimi's main suit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think I could agree to put it above Human Spider. And
okay.
So I'll put it. Yeah, we'll put it second in A tier. Now we move on to the next film in the Spider-Man lineup, and we get to No Way Home. This is the like it's like an inverse kind of, right? Like an inverse.
Yeah. So in the movie, he gets paint thrown on him by a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, and it's just all the wiring.
Yeah. So he turns the Stark suit inside out, and there's wires sticking out, and it's black and gold. Yeah, it's a pretty cool look.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
Really cool. I think it's almost not in the movie enough. Like to me, this feels like the Batman and Robin thing that you were talking about. Like, this feels like, oh, we need a toy. We need a different, like, he needs to have more than one suit in this movie. He has that suit for like maybe 2 or 3 scenes.
Yeah.
And then it just moves on. And it was like on a narrative basis, like it feels unnecessary.
Yeah.
But it does look cool. I like the wires coming out. I really like the gold. And I think it's a really cool concept of just like, oh, we'll just turn it inside out. Right.
This one does. It feels a little bit more action figure driven.
Yeah. That's my. If I had a problem with it, that would be the biggest thing. But I like that every time we see the suit, he has the gauntlet that he got from Doctor Strange.
Yes. Yeah.
That almost like, even though it's not part of the suit technically,
it fits.
It makes it part of the suit because we never see that suit without it. So it kind of is part of that suit. And I think it's really cool. It's got like. The gauntlet adds like a wizard aspect to it. It's got the tech coming off of it. It's got black and gold, which is a cool color combo. So yeah, I would put this probably right above the. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Like the Night Monkey scene, I'm glad that it's not his main suit.
Yeah.
But as a one-off suit, I think it is really cool looking.
Yeah.
It's hard to put it above certain things. I think honestly, visually, even though, like, I don't know, I think visually it is cooler than it is. I do like it more than like the Stark suit.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
I think so. Because if the Stark suit was by itself and they never made any improvements on it, maybe not. But since they made such a big improvement in Far From Home suit, in my opinion,
okay, yeah,
they made a better version of that suit.
Right.
And so that to me is already canceled out because they've made a better version of it. They've improved on it so much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Either it's I think it's B tier still.
Yeah, I would put it B tier.
Because in terms of, I love the homemade look of the Homecoming prototype suit. That, like I said, the homemade feel, the teenage boy just trying to be a hero kind of feel. Everything about, like, even though technically from a design standpoint it's better.
Yeah.
But I think B tier, either above or below the Stark suit for me. Now we're getting a little further into No Way Home. We've got the suit that he settles on, his main Spidey suit for the film, that's got more of like this gold thing going on him. And
Gold Spider.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
First, just before I give mine on this one.
Yeah, this is interesting to me because when I saw this, I believe this is still the black and red suit from the end of Far From Home. And,
but it's got
do you remember narratively, like,
something about the nano something goes on it.
So
been a little while, but
nanotech gets on Doc Ock's arms, and then he cures Doc Ock, so Doc Ock gives it back to him, and it creates a gold spider. I actually really, really, really like the suit. And now I've seen a lot of hate for this suit. Like, I can't believe they put a big ugly gold spider on top of this beautiful suit, and it shows the Far From Home suit. But I've never had a problem with this. I really like the gold. My only, like, if I had an issue with this suit, my biggest issue with this suit is that, and I get it was to make him stand out, but it's the fact that he's wearing it so he's not wearing his own original Spider-Man suit alongside the other two Spider-Man at the end of No Way Home. That's my only issue with that, is like he has to wear this like flashy, like black and gold and red, like, while the other two are just in their traditional Spider-Man suit. Yeah. Obviously on screen that's to make him stand out, but I always wanted to see like the Stark suit with the Tobey suit with the Andrew suit, but I've always really liked the suit. I like the black, and I like black and gold together, and I like red and black together, and so it all just kind of works for me. I would put this probably A tier. If you didn't like it that much, I could totally understand. I think it's probably a bit of an acquired taste because you're not used to seeing maybe gold on the traditional Spider-Man suit.
All right, so you're right in what you basically said. What the general consensus is. I actually didn't know what the general. I'm gonna be completely honest with what this suit and the general consensus is for that. My opinion was that I think it took the Far From Home suit and it added an element I didn't care for.
Oh wow,
it's not
really?
the worst.
Okay,
I'm not a fan of the
No,
gold.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
It's
that makes sense.
okay. It's not like it really isn't that. It's like my reaction is a quick like oh okay well that's an interesting choice. Okay, move on.
Yeah,
and then I don't really think about it that much. Especially when you have Tobey and Andrew show up and you have their suits, right?
Yeah.
Tom Holland almost takes a back seat in that part of the movie, in my personal opinion. Like whenever Andrew and just because it's that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's driven by that nostalgia, right?
Yeah, huge. Yeah.
So I wasn't thinking that much in the battle and all of that. So it's not that big of a deal for me, but I definitely think the Far From Home final suit is better, in my personal opinion. The gold is just, it felt like they just needed a new look. Like he has to look different than he did in the final battle of the last film.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it definitely gives that we need to make toys thing about it. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. But I just like that potential toy.
You're yeah, well, true. No, I get it. Absolutely. I mean, as a toy, it looks great. Yeah, as a variant, if you're a toy collector, for sure.
Right.
So you're opting for it to be somewhere in A.
Yeah, I could be talked down to a B just because I know it's a polarizing one.
Do you like it more than the Far From Home suit?
No.
Okay.
No, I like it below. If it were gonna be if it were just up to me and it were up to me to put it in A, again, I'm not gonna sit here and shout from the rooftops that this is the best Spider-Man suit, but that's what I like about it. But I totally get I'm not saying it improved on the Far From Home suit at all. So if you feel like it detracted enough from it to throw it in a low B,
I actually would put it at, because I don't hate it. I really don't. And I do actually, when I'm and I have to really see them in motion side by side if I were to do it. But I'm just going off of the design here and trying to remember kind of how it's all playing out in the films.
Yeah.
I would, right now, I'm thinking it's better than the Stark suit. So, but I don't like it as much as the Far From Home. So I'm thinking I would put it in high B. I do like it. I just don't like it as much as the Far From. I think it took away from the Far From Home suit.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely below that for me. But I would say it's above the Stark suit.
Yeah, I agree with that. So you convinced me to put this one on the tier list.
Yeah.
I get it.
This is a big
At the same time, I don't have a big opinion on it. So this is specifically because Andrew Garfield's suit in No Way Home is essentially the same as TASM 2.
I've never noticed a difference.
Not a big. If there is, it's small.
If anything, it's CGI.
There is enough.
Versus,
sure, fair.
Right.
There is enough of a difference in Tobey's suits between him being in Spider-Man 3 and then showing up in No Way Home that people have a big opinion on it.
Yeah.
I think it looks close enough if you look at the 3 suits from the Raimi trilogy.
Yeah.
Each one of them changes. I would say each one of them improves.
Yeah.
And I would say that this maybe is a step down.
Yeah.
But to me, as this Spider-Man, and naturally how long it's been since that movie, that he would have made changes to his suit.
Fair.
So if we're talking about it narratively, we're just looking at design, it definitely is weaker.
Yeah. But
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. And I think I also could have just been caught up in the emotions of Tobey being back, and I was so excited. I'm still excited when I think about that. I watch those scenes sometimes just by themselves on YouTube because I'm so excited that Tobey's back. I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I never thought that would happen. So
yeah, for sure.
But tell me what the internet say, because I don't know. I know a little bit, but I don't know a lot about what they say about this particular suit.
This suit. Ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Your whole rant. Just a whole.
So here's the thing. I'm very passionate about this one because when I first when No Way Home was coming out, and even when it came out, I saw it opening night, had an absolutely insane experience.
Me and you both on that day, right? Opening night.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there was nothing wrong You could not tell me a single thing that was wrong with the movie. It was absolute perfection.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Right. Yeah. And so I went home and I watched some reviews and I saw someone say there's something about Tobey's suit that looks different. It just said something about the CGI. It just doesn't look right. And I was like, what is this guy talking about? Like, he's making stuff up. Like, it looked fine. And I think it was maybe like a year later, I like realized like what everyone was talking, because it wasn't just him. Like there was a few things. There's Reddit posts about it, like why does Tobey's suit look different and everything like that. The difference is there's something going on under the nose.
Yeah.
Where there's an extra line or something. I can't even fully like put it into words.
It definitely looks different when you see it.
Something about Sure. So first of all, it's also
clear differences.
Flat eyes. The eyes don't protrude.
Yeah,
they're not right.
Yeah.
It's not raised. And the CGI, it might just be the CGI, but it doesn't make the raised webbing look like raised webbing. It's
not as prominent.
Yeah.
That would be the biggest difference I noticed just looking at it, is the eyes not being as raised, and same thing as the webbing. So definitely, I agree with that.
Yeah, so there's something in this area, in the mouth area, that there's another line and something. It's more curved instead of like jagged, if that makes sense, and it really just looks weird. It's like when you look at something for your entire life, and then something is just like the slightest bit off about it, you know, and they're just passing it off as the same thing. It's like, no, there's something wrong. Like there's something clearly wrong here. We need to talk about this. So I don't hate this suit by any means. I just I do feel like they did something to my beloved Tobey Maguire suit.
They definitely did. Yeah, I agree that there something about one of the things I love about the Raimi trilogy suit is the raised look. Everything just looks so like three-dimensional. It just pops.
Yeah. The eyes are a little. I think they're a bit more rounded as well.
That doesn't bother me.
They're slightly bigger.
They are a different shape.
They're more of a stark white.
They are. Yes, and I actually like the eyes. I'm cool.
I don't mind the eyes. But these are just things that I noticed that are different. You know, because it's like any normal person would just look at it and be like, well, that's the same suit. But when you know you've looked at the suit your entire life and there's like these little tweaks, it's just like, that's weird. Like it's very strange. I would probably put this like low A.
Yeah.
Low A.
I was gonna say low A, under everything.
Like when he's wearing it without the mask and he's just talking, it looks amazing.
Right,
it looks like the exact same suit. Every change is in the mask. And there's something about the CGI that they put over it that just didn't look right to me.
I would say that the suits in general are just not as front and center. That's definitely missing. I'm going to say that just caught up in the movie, if we're talking plot specifically, I get so caught up in just the fact that these characters are interacting. You see Tobey, Andrew, Tom Holland, all of them kind of just talking.
Yeah.
And it's super cool to have
it's
that.
Amazing.
And then fighting together and stuff. So I almost forget about the suits and like the details of it, but when I look at them after the fact, which is like what I was with you, like we saw it and we were like, oh my god, and then we see it after and like, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, not saying I can't overlook it to enjoy that movie or even the third act. Like,
I see it as very weak in comparison.
Yeah,
if you it just comes so much after something that was so strong.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
it's so minuscule. Like this is such a
I agree,
nerdy like, oh, they got a line wrong, you know, like it's such a minuscule, like doesn't even matter. But if we're just going based off of the suits,
then, that's fine.
You know,
we'll do low A.
Right above the homecoming suit in A.
All right, so now that we've gotten through all of that, we're back to Tom Holland, and that's all we have left. And we've got the ending suit of No Way Home, which, if you're asking me, is like beautiful. I love it. I even think, even though there are certain shots that are clearly CGI, I don't think the CGI looks as bad on this suit as some of the other, especially in this movie, which was very CGI heavy because of COVID restrictions and things that they had to do. For sure. There's a lot of last minute things that they did, clearly, right?
Yeah.
I love the look, the colors choices. I love the just that shot there, the sewing machine with the fabric and stuff like that. Before you go, I've watched this scene secluded several times just because I just really like this. Looks like Spider-Man, comic book Spider-Man come to life, and it's the first time we see like a full big swing of this Spider-Man, like a traditional Spider-Man swinging through the city kind of shot from Tom. So there's a lot of emotion behind it, but just as the design alone, it's classic look. The colors are awesome. I love the almost shiny blue, but it's like that light blue look on his, on him. I like it. I'm really, the bright colors, I'm a big fan of it. And I like that it takes inspiration. Like, I like the idea that this Peter took inspiration from the other Peters.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I wish they focused on that in the movie. I don't know how you get that point across, but in the novelization they do say that he took inspiration from the others. If I had an issue, it would be how shiny that blue is.
Okay.
But this is almost a perfect suit. I mean, it's great. It's great. The spider is great. The colors are great. It's a great color, shade of red. The eyes look great. Yeah, I don't have a ton to say about it just because there's not really much to say. It's just a really great suit. But if there was something to bring it down for me, it is just how shiny that blue is. And yeah, I think the swinging sequence is great. I mean, I wish we got a little more of it. I kind of wish this was in the daytime as well. The one look that we got at this specific suit. But
like evening.
Yeah, it was pretty much nighttime.
I get what you're saying on the shiny blue. I do like it in this sequence.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel if it were an entire shiny, but I think I'd be fine with it. But I like what it means in the story. But if this were a whole movie suit, which they do make some differences in the new suit, the new brand new day suit, I feel like I would be completely cool with this being, because it's classic, and it kind of feels like what they wanted to do with the Stark suit. Like they were trying to go that classic look, and it just maybe didn't fully work. And they made minor things with Far From Home and other things. And then by the time they get to this, it's like, okay, they found it. This is the secret sauce. This is what we were missing. Yeah. So
I could make an argument for this being an S. I don't know what you're feeling right now.
I mean, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I would probably put.
Now,
this
we have
in
a whole
S.
other discussion to do about Brand New Day, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with both of them going in S.
With the brand
I know
new day.
And you were like freaking out about the Brand New Day suit when it was.
Oh, it's amazing.
Images look
great.
It's
amazing. Yeah. I think they actually improved from the final swingsuit, and I think it looks so good, and the fact that it's a real suit. Yeah, it's a real suit. They're not CGIing over it. So I was like, let's see what they do with the Brand New Day trailer. And when I saw the Brand New Day trailer, it was basically just all in camera, no CGI. Like you just see it for what it is, and I think it's a perfect suit. Like if you had to make me choose between the Brand New Day suit, the TASM 2 suit, and that Spider-Man 2 suit, like that's like the toughest decision I could ever make.
I'm with you. I was gonna say that we put it above the symbiote suit if we're going, because I would say that the Spider-Man 2, the Spider-Man 3, and the TASM 2 suit are all equal. I would say that this is now Tom Holland's been put on the board essentially.
Yeah,
like this is his suit. Well, like Tobey's, they made the first movie one, and then they made improvements to perfect it later. Andrew Garfield did like a completely huge overhaul and did a completely different thing, but they perfected it, right? It's like that second suit. Now when you get to Tom Holland, we're finally getting his perfect suit.
Yeah. I agree.
Because I think Far From Home's was great, and I really liked it, but then this is like everything that I love about that suit and better.
Yeah. I agree.
That's it, man. That's our tier list. What are we thinking? Is there anything you would move? Is there anything you would change?
No, I think it's a pretty good list. Like you were saying, I think we agreed a lot more than I thought. If I could make any change, I would make an F tier and put that Andrew Garfield suit that's at the bottom of D tier. I would put that in F tier. But that's if I can make any change. I think we agreed a lot more than I thought we were going to, and there wasn't too much swaying that either of us needed to do to put it in a specific spot. So
I think that's a pretty solid list. I am super excited. Spider-Man is one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. He's my favorite comic book character of all time, favorite superhero of all time. Just all of those check boxes. And I am so excited for Brand New Day. That trailer was incredible. I'm ready to see what we're going to do going forward with this character, because we got a whole new trilogy starting.
yeah,
And so I'm interested to see if we're going to continue to be rapid fire different suits, or if we're going to stick with something more traditional and kind of just maybe make more like what Raimi did, where it's like make slight changes, but kind of keep it
over time.
And I'm interested, because that's kind of what you did between the final swing at the end of No Way Home and then in Brand New Day.
Yeah, for sure.
Is you took that and then you changed it, but it's not so drastically different that it's like, well, what happened to that suit? You know, it's like,
yeah, for sure. It's
think
pretty similar.
So I'm with that. I love this list. I think, I agree with it, and it's not that dissimilar if I were just doing it by myself. Let us know down below about about how much you hate this list and how differently you would do that, because that's gonna happen. Also, how much do you agree with it? How much you disagree with it? What are your personal rankings? I want to know all of that. I love that, and let us know what you thought. And if you want us to do maybe other heroes like this, there's only so many that have like this many suits, but.
Right.
The MCU definitely contributed a lot to that. But just, let us know down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this and want to see more of this style of video outside of the regular reaction schedule that we have going on. And hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll be notified for more, and all of that, all the normal things that you got to say. And that's all I have for you. So I'll see you guys next time.